Hi, everybody. Have you ever wanted to dive into the truth of what twin flames are? We're here today to discuss that. So I'm Christina. I'm a certified Ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe, and I'm here with other master certified Ascension coaches and students of the work. I'm here with Lisi, Christine, and Katie, and we're going to delve into this topic today. So reading from Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shalia. I'm reading, What are Twin Flames? So twin flames are the manifestation of the desire to have an eternal companion other than God. Twin flames were created by Source to have absolute and complete companionship with another soul, because soulmates come and go, but your twin flame is forever with you, sharing eternal life, and they mirror God's divine love for you the most clearly.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah. So what is a twin flame and what is it not?
Well, maybe we can start with what it's not, because I think, there's a lot of information that circulates on the web, and we always want to make sure that we have the correct information, and the correct information can help you feel relaxed, and so that you have the clarity you need to move forward on your journey. So a twin flame isn't a soulmate. They're not like a person that you love and then they leave, just like what Christina read in the quote. A soulmate is someone who, basically from the book, it says a typical soulmate relationship, two people relate to one another from two different shores of their souls. The relationship will end at some point in time, and they perhaps move on to another relationship in another lifetime, or even in this lifetime, or perhaps they finally settle on attracting their twin flame. So soulmate relationships are inevitably doomed because these souls are not perfectly designed to be with you. This is a good thing because it means someone is your twin flame, who is your natural divine counterpart. Do not be sad if and when you release your soulmate relationship for your twin flame, because in doing so, you free yourself to be with your one true love, and you are releasing your soulmate to be with theirs. So most of us have grown up with the understanding of soulmate relationships, at least I did, with the understanding of how to interact in a relationship, a romantic partnership, based on soulmate rules. And so the majority of the world at large has been operating under soulmate relationships for a long time. And then those of you who are watching this video have stumbled upon twin flames, the concept of twin flames, the truth of twin flames. And there's a lot of information, like I said, out there. Some misconceptions that we're going to clear up is that when I first learned of the twin flame journey, I had someone tell me that it was a twin flame is someone who comes into your life and stirs up trouble and brings up your wounds and then leaves. And that's not a twin flame. Your twin flame, when you heal this, they will stay. They will stick around and continue to go deeper with you. And we'll talk a little more about that in detail. Another thing I've heard about twin flames is that you're not supposed to be with them in this lifetime, and that's bogus as well. If there's a will, there's a way. It wouldn't be loving if the creator created you not to have a way to be with the one that you love the most deeply, the one that was created with you. And another thing twin flames aren't, and this is this is something that going deeper and learning about twin flames will help you with, but they're not going to be a family member. They're not going to be someone that has passed away, that has been passed away for a very long time, like from 500 years ago. They're not going to be someone that you can't be with romantically here on earth. They're going to be someone that you can be with here on earth. And there's movies like The Notebook, where the twin flames were together on Earth, and then, you know, when it was time to transition, they both kind of transitioned around the same time. Oops, spoiler alert. Sorry about that. But anyway, so that's what twin flames aren't. And I'm glad that we talked about that first, to kind of like gear you up for learning about what twin flames are. So I'll let someone else answer that one.
Can I add real quick to the list of what twin flames are not? Because I have one more thing. And also, twin flames are not your savior. They're not your source of love, which is something extremely important. And a lot of times people tend to only think that your twin flame is just a romantic relationship that maybe you can be with for a while and then it breaks up because there's all these upsets. But there's a much deeper meaning to it. Your twin flame is designed to bring you closer to God, bring you in alignment with your divine self. So, of course, your twin flame is not going to be your source of love. They're only going to show you the love that you've been showing yourself first, which is why we always talk about how important it is to heal your upsets, heal your blocks by yourself, do the mirror exercise. It's so important to invest all this love in yourself first. And this is what magnetizes your twin flame. Unlike with a soulmate, where they can just, you know, pour all the love into you and nothing really changes within you because it's not really doing anything.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, like, you know, your twin flame, I love that your twin flame is not your savior. I think a lot of people start off on the journey like desiring that divine love because they desire to feel filled up inside. And it's really, that's a huge lesson you learn along the way, that that has to come from your choice to love yourself there, and your twin flame will reflect that choice. So yeah, I'm going to read God's 9 signs that you are with your true twin flame from Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover. So I will read through these, and then we can discuss them more in depth. So the first one is, your twin flame will feel familiar to you. Nobody in this world feels as familiar and as comfortable to you as your twin flame. Not even your parents equal the familiarity and kinship you will feel with your twin flame. It may feel as though you've been friends for lifetimes, and this is absolutely true. Your closest human friend is your twin flame. Number 2, your twin flame will share the same vision for their life as you do. If you are unclear about everything, so too will your twin flame be unclear. Okay, number 3, your twin flame will desire the same things as you from life. They will want to live similar experiences and gain similar understandings. This is important. They will not desire everything exactly as you do because they're not a carbon copy of you. Okay, number 4, your lifestyle choices will align easily with your twin flame if you take the time to get clear on your choices together and individually. Number 5, your twin flame will value the same things as you when you both get clear on your values. A good way to uncover a false twin flame is to get clear on your values with your partner. No true twin flame will avoid doing the work with you if you are sincere about doing your spiritual work and getting clear on your values. Number 6, your twin flame will adore you at the core above all others. A false twin can have many more love interests, but your true twin flame will not genuinely ever love another human as much as they love you. Number 7, your true twin flame will always love you. You will know this when you tune into your heart center. Your twin flame will never abandon you in love and will never truly withdraw their love. They cannot, because they are you. Number 8, your true twin flame will always genuinely enjoy your company. True twin flames feel comfortable and relaxed in each other's honest and authentic presence. And number 9, when you meditate deeply within your heart, you can see if the person in question is an exact vibratory match to your soul's blueprint.
Yeah, I just like wanted to add on that and like really stress like how important the love list that Jeff and Shalia tell us to write for ourselves. And it really helped me get clear on getting clear that like my twin flame person was my twin flame. In my experience, they matched at 100%, and whatever I was growing into, like say like consistency or honesty, like within myself, they were mirroring that back, that they were growing as well. I really always like would go back to my love list and be like, okay, well, I'm growing here, they're growing here. And then like just everything just matched perfectly. And I think that that's like something really important to share, because your true twin flame will like, they're just like the perfect person for you, your ultimate desire.
Yeah, I love that. And I think like, you know, the love list is an exercise. It's in the book. It's mentioned all throughout, you know, the Twin Flames universe body of work. What I love about a love list is it's also really important to make it a list of your core values and your core desires, right? When I was first on the journey, very first, like starting out, my love list was pretty superficial. And that definitely changed over time as I deepened in my own relationship with myself. And so it's important that your love list is like a living document that that grows with you.
So many times. Yeah.
Yeah.
You revise it as you get to know yourself more and more. And that was like the magical thing. It was that he kept meeting me where I was at. And like, I think that that's just really important. Like your twin flame is, they're you, like it really shows the oneness. And like when you match up your love list with that person, and like you have to be really careful not to like project things onto another person, but like really be clear and honest with yourself. And then you will really get a clear idea on if this person that you were suspecting is your true twin flame.
Yeah, that's really important what you just shared, Katie, because there were times when, you know, I was creating my love list and my true twin flame didn't seem to match up to my love list. And I was I was like, what's going on? I mean, the feeling in the heart of, you know, is this person feeling familiar to you? And in your heart, you know that it's a vibratory match, that matched. But there were times when my love list was just like, why isn't it matching? And it's because I had things to heal. So when I healed, my twin flame matched my healing. Like Shalia says in the book, you are and must become the qualities that you seek in another. And it's true. A lot of people kind of mistake, like they kind of stop the exploration process too early. They're like, oh, this person can't be my twin flame because they're being mean to me. And that is not a sign that they're not your twin flame. That's actually it's a pattern that isn't, you don't have to accept that this is ultimate love, because something that is based in ego isn't love, but it's a pattern that may exist in your union. And all you do is march forward doing the inner work that Jeff and Shalia teach, and let that let the work, let going deeper in the inner work help you to clarify your heart. And that is going to bring you clarity of who your twin flame is. But you can relax. It's a revealing process. And you've got your lifetime and your lifetimes to get it, to find out. But the Twin Flame Ascension School does fast track the process. Hint, hint.
Yeah, I think that's also an important piece to mention here is that the twin flame journey is an ascension journey, right? If we talk a little bit about like what twin flames are, your twin flame is your ultimate teacher, friend, partner, and lover, right? Like they're basically like, your perfect companion. And in that, something Jeff and Shalia teach that is like super important to remember is that first and foremost, they're your partner in your ascension. And so like that's essential to remember. Like you have to honor that about the relationship in order for all those other pieces to properly develop, right? I think a lot of people, and this is natural because you're in that soulmate paradigm and you have to heal from that or like transcend that. But it's natural that I think a lot of people desire to put the romance first, right? And they want it to be just this magical romance, but you have to honor, and it can be, but you have to honor all those other facets of the relationship for that romance to have the proper foundation to develop.
Yeah, amen to that. Like, because I think what we're really talking about, with twin flames is real union, real love, true love, just like in The Princess Bride, true love. That's what we're talking about. And when we look at the world at large and what the world calls love, it's a lot of times it's limerence, it's infatuation, it's projection of what you want to see on another person. It's going into like this game of like cat mouse and try to get a person to like you, and that's really exhausting. And so with your twin flame, you don't have to play those games. And your twin flame, you and your twin flame together, you're actually called a union, not a relationship, because it's a more accurate term to describe it, because you're already together, like you're already one at the core. So does anybody want to talk about the being one at the core part of twin flames?
Yeah, I will definitely share that. Like, I have noticed that at every like point in the road, like, where it could either go one way or the other. When I choose love, my twin flame always seems to match me there. And I was saying earlier that there are times where like I have made a core choice inside myself, and like he just meets me there energetically, and it's almost like it's just like a known thing, and we've already worked it out like energetically. We don't even have to like do it like in person. Like I mean you do, because it's good to have like that communication, but I was like speaking about a core decision that I made for myself and like my healthy choices. And I was really worried about him not being able to match up with me there, because like it's a huge lifestyle change. And he met me in love, and he was like, wow, like good for you, congratulations. And he just like always proves his unconditional love, no matter, like he rises up with me. And it really just shows like your oneness, that like with your twin flame, like your partnership, and like you I don't know, like when I picture our union, it's just like two hands like unified, and like sometimes you might feel like you're not like exactly seeing eye to eye, but at the core you are. And yeah, I just really wanted to share that, like because that's one of the signs of a true twin flame.
Yeah, amen. One analogy that Jeff and Shalia talk about in the Twin Flames Dreams Coming True e-course is that you and your twin flame are two wings of a bird. And when you're in harmony, you're like flapping together. When you're not in harmony, you're like this, but never at any point are you like that. Like you're always one, and it can feel really tumultuous if you're not in harmony. So that's what that Twin Flame Ascension School helps you with. We actually have a lot of people watching with us today. I wanted to say hi to Manny, Manuela, Sini, Laura Zimmer, Mariana Reyes, Nadia Bagoon, Steph Stalls, Daniel Carboni. That's Christina's twin flame. In case those of you don't know him. Michaela Sanchez, Asha, they're all watching. So hello. And Stephanie Zimmerman is also watching. So if you have a question and you're watching this live, please drop it in the comments here on Facebook, or if you're watching the recording on YouTube, please comment below this video so that one of the Ascension coaches can answer your question.
Yeah, so something I thought of actually, when we were talking about misconceptions, or like in the process of revealing your twin flame, there's a lot of information on the internet that I think sets an expectation that is potentially unrealistic, which is this idea that it's going to be this like perfectly magical relationship with no upsets. And, you know, it's just gonna, like, this person will never let you down, and like all these things, right? That's not, there's also the flip side of that also available on the internet, that it's terrible, right? And it's neither of those things, right? Because you're one at the core with your twin flame, because you were created as one with your twin flame, you make the same core choices, and therefore they are your divine mirror. So they are going to reflect back your consciousness to you. And what happens a lot of the time is that, you know, we're going along life and we have these patterns that don't serve us, and they're kind of running in the background because we're so used to them. And now you're in this close relationship with a person, you're in your union, or you know, working towards your union, and you are seeing all these things that are extremely triggering coming from this person. And those are opportunities for healing, right? And when I was talking about how Jeff and Shalia share that you have to honor that they're your partner in your ascension first, this is the piece that you have to honor, right? Like you don't just throw away, you know, your union because they're triggering you, right? Or you don't just say, well, it's not the right time, you know. It's actually these places where you're being triggered, these places where there's disharmony, are opportunities for healing. There are opportunities for you to feel your feelings, maybe for the first time, about something that is coming up in your union. There are opportunities for you to feel your feelings and work through the upset with the mirror exercise, which is you know, the essential tool that you need for healing these upsets within your union.
I feel like there are some people that need to hear this about it not being the right time. If you wait for the right time to manifest your twin flame, you're going to be waiting forever, because there's no such thing as the right time. These patterns are going to keep manifesting until you choose to heal them. So that's independent of time. Doesn't matter if you like wait 3 months, a week, a day, 10 years. Like some people are on this journey for like 20, 30 years. And that's because there's this lack of inner work, lack of healing. So of course, there's not going to be any movement forward. But if you choose not to hesitate and you decide that the right time is now and I'm ready for my union, then you're going to heal all those things super fast, and you're going to come into your union much faster. So the whole thing about divine timing is a total myth. It doesn't affect anything. The only thing that affects the pace of your twin flame journey is your choice, how much support you're receiving in healing this, and how fast you are also choosing to heal your patterns.
Yeah, I also like wanted to add like how like true that is. When I first began my journey, and I had like no idea like what was going on with my connection. It seemed that my twin flame was running away from me without me even knowing, because I was so focused on myself, and I was actually doing inner healing because I had just gotten out of like an engagement. And this person, my twin flame, just kept coming back. And I was like, hey, like, what's with him? Like it took him like, I don't know, like a month and a half to finally like take me on a date, because he kept like going back and forth. And like, I realized now that that was like the contrast within myself, but I just was healing myself. So like, it was like going forward, and we were progressing like without me even knowing it. And it was because I was completely focused on myself, which is what Jeff and Shalia say. You don't have to do anything in the external, and your twin flame will show up at your door.
Yeah. I mean, it can be true. To kind of, I want to talk about like, okay, we talk a lot about like doing inner work, and that's the path. But to be more specific, there is a specific path of inner work that works to heal separation, the experience of separation from your twin flame. And the truth is you're that one bird and your wings are just going like this, and that's feeling really bad. And you're experiencing the illusion that you're separate, but you're not. You're just flapping really separately. And it's really uncomfortable. But there's a specific way to heal. And that's what Twin Flame Ascension School is all about. So in the classes that Jeff and Shalia teach, they take you through all of these places, like what Christina was talking about, how you have like this pattern that's kind of going on in the background that you're not aware of, that your twin flame makes you aware of because they trigger you. And you're like, oh, that hurts. And you take these pieces of your consciousness and you practice the mirror exercise, but more. Twin Flame Ascension School walks you through your consciousness. Like, it's very thorough, like deep and wide. Like, it goes very deep and very wide about every aspect of your consciousness that could be choosing separation, and really reinforces it again and again, different each time, and building one layer after another as you ascend. And so it's really important to have that resource. Doesn't matter where you start. There's a free introductory course you could get. And then there's the full school all the way up to the everything package, where you not only have Twin Flame Ascension School, but you got your life purpose covered. You've got, workshops and e-courses all in that package. So it's varying depending on where you want to start. I like to go all in because I don't like waiting. And so I went all in very soon, after I learned who Jeff and Shalia were. And they are the spiritual teachers who hold the vibration of harmonious union and have imbued that to all of us. And so it's so great, like having that resource at my fingertips when I am facing an upset and I'm like doing my mirror exercising here. I brought my actual mirror exercise journal here. I got a new one, and I can't work something out, and my coaching session is not for a few days. So I just start watching a class, and lo and behold, it's like every class talks to you for where you are. Like, it's timeless. Like, it's just gonna, say exactly what I need to hear. And for those of us who are enrolled in the school, like, yeah, like it's saying exactly what you need to hear. The classes are recorded, so you can watch them whenever you want. But that's really important because a lot of people try to like tackle their twin flame journey on their own, or they kind of like hear a little bit of this and that, and then they're like, okay, I got it. Let me go off on my own and do it, and then end up, crashing and getting boo-boos on their elbows. But we don't want you to have to experience that. You don't have to, because there's support for you here. And the path of healing is very clear, and you can have support while you do it. You don't have to be alone.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to share that, like, manifesting your twin flame, it's a choice, right? And when you choose to accept the invitation to go on the journey, you have already chosen to begin like vibrating, in harmony with your twin flame. And you're going to get all these things that come to the surface. Like when you make a choice, right, to go in a direction that you want to go, you're going to very quickly start moving in that direction, and you're very quickly going to manifest. You're going to experience the reasons that like you aren't experiencing harmony there, right? Those blocks are going to come up to the surface, and those blocks are not meant to discourage you. They're not meant to tell you like, yeah, it's not the right time, or you shouldn't do this. Those blocks are meant to be worked through. They're challenges that are meant to be worked through. And when you choose to persist in love, by choosing to actually feel the uncomfortable feelings and work through them, you will get to the other side of the block and come ever closer to your twin flame. And that process doesn't stop, right? You don't graduate from working through challenges together. You just get better at it. And that's how you grow and expand indefinitely.
This is so true. Like it can happen immediately, choosing your twin flame and then meeting them, because this happened to me actually. I chose to be on the twin flame journey. I chose to meet my twin flame. I think there was definitely a video that had a decree in it or something like that about calling in harmonious union. It was years back. But yeah, like I used that decree, and then I think like maybe a couple of weeks later, I met my twin flame, and I had no idea at the time. But yeah, it's really cool how the universe works. Your choice is very powerful.
We have a good question. So Maru writes, does feeling and healing through an upset bring us closer to a karmic? And just to define terms, so you've got twin flames, and then you have everybody else. Like it's twin flames, everybody else. And in this everybody else thing, there's like family, soulmates, friends, karmic partners, blah, blah, blah. Karmic is a type of soulmate. But you're a karmic partner, what some people call karmic partner is someone that brings up a pattern to heal. They're not necessarily your twin flame. They bring up a pattern that can be longstanding, like from your early childhood to like previous lifetimes. And when you heal, you're going to feel better. Like when you do the mirror exercise, when we talk about healing, we're talking about the mirror exercise, the 4-step mirror exercise that you write out. And when you heal, you're going to feel better, and you're going to magnetize vibrationally matching experiences because you're feeling better already. Like it's not like you heal and then you get the thing and then you feel better. So you feel better and that's it. You can, like, I've heard lots of people say, and I think Jeff and Shalia talk about, going into Starbucks after they've done the romance attraction e-course that they created. And they're like, wow, people, you can attract some attention. You can have boundaries with that because some of that attention isn't appropriate if it's not your twin flame, romantic energy, I mean. But, you can use the mirror exercise to heal all relationships. Now, do you want to be closer to your karmic partner / soulmate / not your twin flame? They're not your ultimate lover, but it is true that when you do the inner work, like it heals all of your life and all of your relationships, and then you get to decide, do I want to be with my twin flame? And my answer is absolutely. Like no one else is gonna be good enough. I mean, no, I'm not created with anyone else as my partner. I want my twin flame.
Yeah.
I feel like also it's very important to note that, as Lacey said, you're going to attract a lot of people, right? But it's up to you to trust yourself and trust your feelings. Like, do I want this person to come closer to me? I had an experience after I was a year into my union or so, where there was this random person that insisted that we were twin flames, and it felt really weird. And I really had to like trust myself here. Like, okay, I have no idea what this person is on about. I don't feel it. It's safe to trust that I don't feel this, even though this person like insists. And I had to put up a boundary. So yeah, very important to be clear in your heart about who your twin flame is through the love list, and also to trust yourself. Just because somebody is flirting with you or giving you attention doesn't mean they're your twin flame or that they even have good intentions in mind.
And I actually share something, something that like I've noticed, like the community and like just like my own like collective group, something that we constantly are working through is trying not to like blame our twin flame and actually like take responsibility for what they're mirroring. And something that I had to work through was when my twin flame would like mirror something that I didn't like, I was like, oh, well, he just must not be my twin flame. But like, once I got through it and I came to peace, I was like, okay, yeah, I see what they're mirroring here. And so like, yeah, like it's safe to trust your love list and to trust your heart and like to always like come from a place of peace, because there are going to be moments where you are upset and you don't want to do that, but like, it might happen where like your twin flame isn't looking ideal at that moment because of upsets.
Yeah, and I think an important thing to talk about with a karmic partner, so to speak, any soulmate, your twin flame is the only person who is guaranteed to always make the same core choice as you. So, with respect to like a karmic partner or someone, as you heal, like a karmic partner, it's called that specifically because, karma means like lessons, right? That you're working through. And so as you resolve those lessons and heal those lessons, well, there's no purpose to that relationship, or that relationship needs to shift to what is actually grounded in love. And depending on who it is and everything, if it's a karmic romantic relationship, like a relationship grounded in love, would mean that you don't have a romantic relationship with that person anymore. If it's a karmic friend, that friendship needs to be reassessed. Anyway, point is that so as you heal what is being presented to you in the situation, you're going to vibrate differently. And that relationship like may or may not still have purpose, right? And so the thing about twin flames that makes it different than a soulmate is that no matter what work you do, you can always continue, you're always investing into the relationship. Like with soulmates, my personal experience in romantic soulmate relationships has been that there is like a very like walking on eggshells feeling that because a fight will create a crack in the relationship that can't really be resolved, or it's not really meant to be, right? So it's unstable at its core. And when you invest more into it, it actually does not grow. It actually becomes more of a leak, with someone that you're not meant to be with. As opposed to with your twin flame, you invest more into it. You have a fight. You can actually resolve it because you're making the same core choices, and you're healing, and you're coming to peace in that space. And so it's this very safe container for your growth that you can always invest into, and it grows.
Amen. I appreciate that you said that, because I have never experienced such a healthy relationship as I am now with my twin flame. Once I started really doing the inner work and really getting through some of those blocks within my heart, the patterns I had, the karmic elements in my own heart. And it's just so incredible. Like sometimes I'm like, am I dreaming? Like I used to be afraid. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the point where my partner and I would part ways, or they'd, reject me. And so in the beginning of my union, I would kind of brace for that, and I was a little scared. But as time grew on, I started to trust the process and trust my healing. And one thing I do, I mean, maybe it's different in other people's unions, but in my union, with regard to working things out, it's not the same way that you would work things out with a soulmate. Like you're not like, we're gonna have a talk, we're gonna work this out. And you don't do it out here first. You work it out here, and it's so much easier. Oh my gosh, I don't have to have a talk with my twin flame in the same way that I would like any other relationship, or whether it's coworker, other kind of romantic partner. But I work it out in my heart, and then maybe some dialogue happens. But it's so different. It is so different from soulmate relating completely, and it feels really good.
This is so true. And how we experience it in our union, it's like on the outside, it looks like one person is announcing to the other what we're going to do. It's really funny. Like, for example, just before we came together, I had made the choice in my heart that I desired a committed relationship with my twin flame. I would not settle for anything less, not a situationship or anything like that. And like the next moment, he was announcing to me that he was my boyfriend now, which was really funny. And like, I've done similar things in which I've said like, okay, here's the plan, here's what we're gonna do. And he agrees with it and he feels very good about it because we're both very clear in our hearts about it and we are one.
Yeah, and like when you are having like an upset with your twin flame, it's just a miscommunication and you're just working it out. It's never that you're not actually like agreeing and like having like that core value. It's that there's like, is it dissonance? It means like there's like harmony that needs to be like worked out. And like you said, you only one person had to say or like make that core choice, and it was like, okay, yeah, like it just like you naturally fall into the same like agreement, and I think it's magical. Like it's magical. It's not like that with any other relationship.
Yeah, my experience with soulmates has been that it's very transactional. Like, I do this, so then you do that, and we trade off energy in that way. That actually will not work with your twin flame because you make the same core choices. It's like doing that with yourself. So like, if I do this and then you give me attention, that does not work with your twin flame. Those games that you could play in a soulmate relationship of I'll give you energy so that you give me energy. That actually doesn't work with your twin flame. And you can actually use that's very healing because it invites you to make God your source. It invites you to actually, fill yourself up from within. And then when you fill yourself up from within, you will harmonize with your twin flame rather than, they're responsible for giving you something and you're responsible for giving them something. It's actually very light and liberating because you just have to show up. You don't have to take from yourself to sustain the relationship.
Yeah, amen. That's one of the beauties of the twin flame union. And I mean, it's not that you don't talk at all with your twin flame or get clear at all with them, but I think a lot of people have tried to approach the twin flame union with the soulmate rules and it kind of backfires, just like what you were saying. And it's safe to see your twin flame for what they are, which is like your mirror to yourself, but also to your relationship with God. They reflect your relationship with your creator the most clearly. So if your twin flame is doing something that you're like, that feels really bad, when you do the mirror exercise, you might notice that you not only treat yourself that way on the inside, but you might treat your relationship with God that way too, in a sense. But the good news is, like, when you have an awareness, you can heal it, and then things just work out. I know in my union, like, we'll go through these cycles of upset, and we can kind of tell when one's coming up, and then we get in one, and then you can kind of tell when it starts to lift. Like, we won't talk to each other, and then like I'll do inner work from my perspective. I'm the only one doing inner work. From his perspective, he's the only one doing inner work. It's so cool. But then when that feels clear in my heart, and I feel this kind of like this like relief and joy returning to me, we're right there, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons together, we're eating popcorn, it's just right there. And you can let go of what you think about relationships, and empty your cup and be willing to learn something totally new that actually works out a lot better for you in the long run.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us in this discussion, everyone who watched and contributed comments, and for those who are going to be watching on YouTube. We hope you enjoyed it. Definitely check out the free Twin Flame Introductory Ascension course from Twin Flames Universe. Consider working with an Ascension coach to support you in going to the next level on your Twin Flame journey. And, as always, if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the Twin Flames Universe open forum on Facebook. So Thanks to everyone who joined, and hope you have a wonderful week.